What's up, party people? So, Earth. Sorry to say, but I'm giving it a 1-star review. There's a whole list of reasons on why I think Earth sucks, but I didn't think I was able to go anywhere else. Until I found out there might be another option.
The moon is the proving ground. Mars is the horizon goal. This budget fully funds Mars 2020.
Yes, living on Mars seems to be a real possibility now, and I'm thinking about going. But how would you and I get to Mars? Well, lucky for us, there's a company that wants us to get there ASAP.
A Dutch company called Mars One is planning to establish a settlement on the Red Planet by the year 2023.
The Mars One mission says they want to send humans to Mars.
Mars One is a company that believes they will send the first humans to live on Mars. Yep, everyone thought Elon would be the first, but I guess Twitter got in the way. And here's the great thing about Mars One is that anyone can apply to live on Mars. You know, it's like a game show. You apply and you might get on. Pretty insane, right? Yeah, so insane that when I actually looked into this company, there are quite some red flags, and I'm like shocked they got investors. So today, I want to take a look at this company because, wow. So Mars One, their goal to send humans to Mars seems like a pretty tough task. You're probably thinking they need hundreds, if not thousands of employees to pull something like this off. How about 10?
How many people do you have on staff at your company?
There's 10 people currently working on Mars One.
10 people.
Yes.
10 people. But like, these have to be the 10 most smartest scientists ever, right?
How many of the 10 are scientists?
So there's 3 engineers currently involved in Mars One, and the others are more on the storytelling part of the company.
7 of the 10 are more involved in the storytelling process?
Yes.
7 of the 10 employees are storytellers. You know, I love the guy, but I don't think Vince Gilligan's gonna be able to figure out how to live on Mars. Now, the man talking there is CEO Bas Landstrup, who may not have thought this idea all the way through. You know when you come up with an idea when you're super drunk or high and it's the most amazing idea ever, but then you sober up and realize it was a terrible idea? Yeah, Bas has never sobered up. In fact, what do you think this is going to cost to get people to Mars to live there till they die? Really think about this. Bas thinks this total operation is going to cost $6 billion. Now yes, $6 billion is a lot of money. But the newest football stadium costs $5.5 billion to make, and I feel like it should cost at least 2 football stadiums to live at Mars. So even though this estimate, feels like a low ball, what's their plan to get $6 billion? Well, they have investors and they have sponsors, but here's where things get a little weird. One of their ideas was to sell merch on their website, and then they started an Indiegogo. The Indiegogo has your classic donation perks from hoodies, t-shirts, and these weird Mars One collectible coins. But the weirdest perk has to be this Mars orbit selfie. You upload your favorite selfie, and then the 3 non-storytellers at Mars One will take a photo of your image on their communication satellite with Mars in the background, which feels very easy to Photoshop. It also feels like a weird thing to want. Like, are you gonna frame this photo of your favorite selfie in space? Like, if one of my coworkers had this photo on their desk, I definitely would look at them different. Now, Mars One also had this monthly donations page on their website where it would have reoccurring payments every month. It's sort of like Patreon, except you get no extra stuff. So how much did Mars One make throughout all this? Remember, this is one of their biggest ideas, to try and make $6 billion. In total, merchandise and donations, Mars One made less than $1 million. Now, after doing some math, they're still pretty far away from $6 billion. But don't you worry, Mars One has an ace up their sleeve that couldn't possibly fail. So when everyone eventually got to Mars, they were going to make a reality TV show. I shit you not. That was their idea. To secure funding, Mars One was going to make a Big Brother-like show where there's a 24-hour live feed of the pioneers living their lives in Mars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there are times when I'm watching live streams where my computer needs to buffer a lot. And, just a reminder, I'm still on Earth, so I can only imagine what the picture quality is going to be like for me streaming something on Mars, which is 140 million miles away. I guess Bas eventually changed this idea from a live broadcast to more of a documentary style. But since this is a one-way trip to Mars, there's no way to bring back film, so you're still relying on the live broadcast feed, so expect a lot of potato camera. So I think it's safe to say that this company didn't really have much of a plan and had some very scammy behaviors. But the scammy behaviors only get worse when you meet the real life people that apply to live on Mars. Yes, these are the people that watched The Martian and were like, yes, I want that to be my life. Now, these people want to live on Mars because they're pretty out there.
I've chosen this path. My father said, well, I understand it. And my mother said she was a bit angry that I sent that email.
I mean, yeah, I could imagine your mom not being thrilled to hear that you want to live on Mars and then you don't invite her. Haven't you heard? Mars needs moms. Yes, I will be here all week. And the great thing about the world that we live in today is that all these application videos are still up on YouTube.
Hello Earthlings, my name is M1K0. I was born 100,100 years ago on Mars.
Yes, this guy is saying he's an actual Martian and used to live on Mars, and he actually has some tips for us when we eventually get there.
And, very importantly, under the planet's surface lies an intelligent ocean that likes to play with the minds of alien life forms. It's good to know how to deal with it.
Okay, I don't know why I got this vibe, but did he fuck the ocean? Because I think he fucked the ocean. Now here's a man named Josh Richards. He plays Keith, the anger management koala, and it's something.
G'day, my name's Keith the Anger Management Koala, and I'd like to go to Mars because humans keep ruining Earth. You keep cutting down trees and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, huh? Soon, there'll be nowhere else for me to live.
Okay, fair enough. Now, I don't know if I would want to bunk with this guy, because he also knows how to play the ukulele.
Who on earth wouldn't watch a TV show about a koala on Mars that rocks out on ukulele? Take it away, boys!
Amazing. I honestly, no comments. He needs to be the first animal to sing a song in space. And our next applicant actually has another first he wants to conquer.
Go to Mars and no return. So, I want to open the first Jewish cemetery in Mars. Why
not? Okay, that's pretty dark, but also sort of touching. But that actually was a big thing that MIT was worried about. That Mars One was going to send all these people to Mars and then inadvertently kill everyone. In total, MIT projected that Mars One would end up killing everyone within 68 days. Which, fun fact, the US Big Brother only lasts between 82 and 99 days, so these people wouldn't have even lasted one season of Big Brother on Mars. Another thing I haven't brought up yet is the mental health of these applicants when they eventually get to Mars. Now, I don't know if you guys would be able to understand being stuck in one location for an extended amount of time and not being able to see any people. Oh, you do? Well, then you probably remember a lot of people weren't able to handle that situation very well. Yes, people went from trying that new banana bread recipe to overthrowing the government in less than a year. And this is on Earth, so you can breathe easily. Do you want to see what these Mars One applicants would be living in for the rest of their lives? Yeah, look at that. Pretty small, right? Typically for these types of expeditions, NASA has multiple mental health screenings and tests to make sure that these astronauts are ready to live in space. They even have a camp in Hawaii to try and simulate what it's like to live on Mars. So do you think Mars One has any of this training for their crew? Of course they don't. No, for everyone's mental evaluation, Mars One had everyone in the second round of the selection process go through a 10-minute Skype interview. Jesus, man. Now maybe there was a grueling application process and the judges were super picky on who made it to the next round. Well, it's not going to come to you as a shocker, but Mars One didn't do that. No, what they did is they gamified their application process. When I said the scammy behavior came up with the applicants, this is what I'm talking about. Joseph Roach was a finalist for Mars One and revealed that applicants moved on to the next round based on a point system. You would get points by buying merch or donating to Mars One, and if you did interviews with the media, Mars One asked that you would donate 75% of your earnings to the company. You remember when EA made people buy upgrades to be good at Star Wars Battlefront? Yeah, Mars One did that, but instead of a video game, it's living on Mars. Boz has since confirmed all this, but said the selection process wasn't based on money earned, but I mean, Come on. Now, I think it's easy to say Mars 1 was a blatant scam. It's so easy, I'm going to say it again. Mars 1 was a blatant scam. These shady business practices didn't last forever, as in 2019, Mars 1 had to declare bankruptcy. You know, it doesn't really matter if Mars 1 actually had intentions to go to Mars or not. For the record, I don't think they did. But what does matter is a lot of people lost their time and money on this project. Vice News did a follow-up with some of these finalists, and they still really want to go to Mars.
I love Switzerland and I love these beautiful places. But for my dream, I have to give up all these beautiful things. It's a part of the mission to Mars.
This man has a wife and 2 small children, and to say he's delusional about going to Mars, that's an understatement.
I love my family overall, my daughters. It's the best thing in my life. But to go to Mars, the dream is bigger. It's longer, and for me, I think every person should have a dream.
So yeah, this guy's ready to leave his wife and 2 small children to go to Mars. It's like so casual. The wife is just like, you know, I don't know what the future holds. Maybe in 2 to 3 years, we get a divorce.
Und dann sieht ja alles wieder anders aus. Oder es kann ja auch sein, dass wir in 2 Jahren uns scheiden lassen oder in 3 Jahren und ja, man weiß ja nicht, was passiert bis dorthin.
Now I know that might sound harsh, but trust me, it is not even close to what the husband's ready to do.
If my daughter says to me, please daddy, don't go to Mars, I have to say I have to go, and I hope she understands that this is my dream.
Buddy, you have 2 young daughters. You cannot just give them up like that. Also, why are you saying these things for something that's not gonna happen? Mars 1 was bankrupt when this filmed. You know, that's like saying, hey kids, just saying, if Carrie Fisher ever came back alive, I would definitely leave your mother. Yeah, I just don't think that's gonna happen. I know, I just want both of you to know that I'm ready to leave both of you and your mother if it does happen. Now, this next woman really wants to go to Mars, but I'll be honest, I think her husband wants her to go more than she does.
I got an email from my husband, Ron, that said, I don't wanna, but I'd feel like a bad husband if I didn't send you a link.
Dude, when your therapist tells you you need some space from your wife, you don't literally send her to space.
For those who think, oh my gosh, you're leaving your poor husband all by himself, well, that's actually not as difficult for us as you might think, because we happen to be polyamorous.
Ah, so you guys are going to be the first open relationship in Mars. That's pretty neat.
I will not be upset if once I'm on Mars and can only talk to Ron over video clips or via email, if he has a girlfriend, because that's okay.
You know, every relationship is different, but I feel like the husband wants a divorce and he just thinks this is the easiest way to do it. So the interviewers asked this woman what her last message would be to her friends and family if she was about to leave to Mars.
In my last goodbyes, I would say first and foremost to my husband that I love him, and to my boyfriend Andy, I love you.
Oh my God, Jesus. Now for this woman, I just feel bad for her.
Everything I did since I was 16, I made the decision based on, will this help me get to Mars? It became the central thing that influenced what I did, from not dating in college or after or high school.
Oh man. It's been this woman's dream to go to Mars, and while someone should have told her to maybe make a Hinge account at some point, you can see why these people fall for a scam like Mars 1. Mars 1 gave hope to these people's admittedly very niche dream to go live on Mars, but then they got squeezed for every penny. It's like those companies that promise you could be the next big movie star. Mars 1 just told people you could live on the next big star. I know I spent some time making fun of these people, but they are victims in all this, and they just got exploited for having a dream. But what can we do now? Well, NASA is taking applications for people to go to Mars. Granted, these are the requirements, but honestly, Earth still sucks, so I decided I'm gonna apply anyways. Hi, my name is T. Ford and I'm applying to live on Mars. Now, when I do get selected, I have some caveats. I am a violent sleeper, so I feel like it's fair for me to get the master bedroom. I am lactose intolerant, but I refuse to give up cheese, so the station will be smelly, and I just don't know what you want me to do about that. Why do I want to go to Mars? Well, I feel like it'd be really easy to start a cult up there. Then I feel like I could easily get all the world records. I want to be the first person on Mars to celebrate Columbus Day. I have like a really fun personality. I'm the type of guy that gets really really mad when you say you enjoyed Last of Us 2. I also refuse to tip, and that is something I will continue to do in Mars. Also, I have a service dog, so you legally have to let me bring him. So that's why I think I'd be the perfect guy to colonize Mars. If you could pick me up before the IRS finds me, that would be great. Okay, bye.